Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news coming from Grand Rapids, where a jury is now set for the trial of former police officer in Grand Rapids, Christopher Schur. He faces life in prison for the 2022 killing of Patrick Lyoya. Less than an hour ago, 14 jurors were seated in this case. The jury includes 4 men and 10 women. Body cam video that you're seeing here shows Lyoya and former officer Schur fighting following a traffic stop. During that struggle, Schur shot Lyoya in the back of the head. Schur claims the shooting was self-defense because Lyoya was trying to grab his taser. All of this will be argued in court starting on Monday. Now to the Wall Street rally. Talks of a trade deal with China sending U.S. stocks soaring today. Take a look at the board, where this is a live look after a huge rally, jumping by more than 900 points, things leveling out a little bit since the opening bell. Now around 600 points in the black, though, going the right direction. This rally follows President Trump's announcement a 145% tariff on Chinese goods will, quote, come down substantially, his words, as his administration now seeks to de-escalate the trade war with China. Meantime, Michigan lawmakers still concerned about the tariffs' impact on the auto industry. Let's bring in Victor Williams, who just spoke with some of the key people in this. Victor, I understand you heard from the governor. What did she have to say here?
Yeah, that's right. We spoke to the governor directly. We also spoke to some other state leaders. But for a good amount of time this morning, we actually had Governor Whitmer speaking to representatives from multiple dealerships in the state. Now, a lot of these guys, as you can imagine, are concerned about what this means, all of these tariffs for the auto industry. There is a lot of stress, as you can imagine, from a lot of these folks. So this was a chance to address any questions that may be asked by these dealerships. And it was not just Governor Whitmer, but it was also Representative Debbie Dingell as well. Now, even though we were not allowed inside of that meeting, we were able to speak directly to both of these leaders immediately afterwards.
The whipsaw of getting pulled back and forth on tariff policy from Washington, D.C. without any real end goal that is clear to everyone, with a change sometimes multiple times in a single day, is really having an impact on this industry, and that's why we wanted to make sure we've got the open dialogue and that we're listening.
Well, the auto industry is still the backbone of the American economy. We have strength and resilience. Our job is to help them operate in a business environment that doesn't make them have to struggle every single time, but helps them do well.
Now, both of these leaders spoke to us for about a pretty good amount of time, 10 minutes, so there was much more said. We'll have those highlights at 4 and 6 p.m. In the meantime, we are live in Woodhaven. Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, Victor, we'll see you a little bit later. A live look this afternoon at St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City, where the local time is just after 6 o'clock in the evening. Thousands of mourners lining up to pay their respects to the late Pope Francis. His body will lie in state at the Vatican until Friday evening. The Holy Father's funeral now set for Saturday. World leaders expected to attend, and that includes President Donald Trump. Cardinals are meeting daily now to discuss selecting Pope Francis' successor. The earliest the conclave could convene would be May 6th. 135 cardinals will elect the next pontiff. We won't know if the new pope is chosen until white smoke emerges from above Vatican City. Closer to home this afternoon, Macomb County's emergency management says the air is safe to breathe after a massive fire in Roseville. The fire starting at RCO Engineering on 12 Mile between Hayes Road and Groesbeck. It got so bad neighborhoods sheltered in place to avoid the smoke that billowed their way, filling the air there. The Macomb County Emergency Director saying air quality samples are being tested and nothing of concern has been found.
They actually have specialized equipment that can detect substances of concern in the air. So they placed one near the scene of the fire. They placed one a couple thousand feet downwind from the fire, and then a little further than that.
Lewis tells us no substance of concern has been found in the air. As we mentioned, the cause of the fire still being investigated. The University of Michigan says it cannot be sued because of the hacking case involving former football coach Matt Weiss. Weiss is accused of hacking thousands of student athletes and stealing personal information and intimate pictures. According to court documents, the university's lawyers want a judge to dismiss a lawsuit from at least 2 women claiming their information was stolen. The lawyers argue the school and its board of regents are immune from the lawsuits. This is the first look at how the university plans to defend itself against the growing legal matter. Something we've been talking about for months, and it's almost here now. Come 2 weeks from now, it'll be time to make sure you have your real ID, and you need that to board a plane. Also to go inside some federal buildings. Nick Monticelli breaking down what you need to get one so your travel plans don't get disrupted.
Good morning. We have heard there have been lines forming outside of Secretary of State offices just like this because people are trying to get these real IDs in time, trying to get inside of these buildings so they can jump on an airplane. Here's what you need to know. You have to have that real ID by May 7th. That's just 2 weeks from today. A real ID has a newer driver's license that has a star on it, an enhanced driver's license, or a passport or passport card. Now, during our trip to the airport last time, it turns out some people know about this, but not many. Do you know what a real ID is?
I do not.
You have no idea? Do you even know what it means, what it is?
No. They just say you got to have it to fly, so I got it.
Yes, it has a star on it.
And do you have yours?
Yes.
So you're ready to fly then?
Absolutely.
And why is this happening? Well, it's actually been in the works since 9/11. The TSA wanted a more uniform ID system between all the states, but it's taken this long to implement.
Basically, we're just trying to make sure that the people who are coming to the checkpoint are who they really say they are, and we can verify that the name and that face on the ID is the person in front of us.
So again, if you are flying, you have to get that real ID. If you do not have one, you need to get to a Secretary of State's office. If you are coming here, number one, you need to schedule an appointment. There's no way you're just going to be able to walk in and get out in a decent amount of time. Also, bring your current driver's license, and you have to bring a birth certificate or a passport as well. We're on Detroit's east side here. Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
All right, Nick. Well, let's get a check of the forecast now with Ashley Barrissey as we start ramping those temperatures up. Here we are at noon and already suitable to eat lunch outside.
You're not joking. 70s paired with some sunshine out there. Beautiful shot of Hart Plaza, and we have the sun twinkling off the Detroit River. Calm conditions in the city where we sit at 70. Ann Arbor's actually a little warmer, 73. 71 in Pontiac, 72 in Monroe with a breeze about 5 to up to 15 miles per hour and more of a southwesterly little light breeze, and that's going to continue to pump in the warmth for today. And so as we look at Exact Track 4D, we've had a few lightning strikes on radar. Now, this is mainly west of Lake Michigan off towards Green Bay, about 7 strikes. That's been weakening over the last hour. But we're starting to see some of that rain come off of Lake Michigan on the west side of the state. And so we'll put this into motion for you because that's not going to be a direct shot at Detroit as it's moving more to the northeast. So heading towards Grand Rapids, likely heading more towards Lansing and even north of there. But we could get brushed with a little kind of pop-up shower this afternoon. Most of us stay dry. It's just worth mentioning that there's enough of an upper level disturbance to create a little instability. But while partly cloudy skies hanging tight in the mid-70s this afternoon with even warmer conditions on tap for tomorrow. We'll talk about that and a better chance for rain in just a few minutes.